Whatever, any doubt anybody has, my request, there is no compulsion. That give me 40 minutes, approx 40, 45 minutes, 50 minutes. And then you all can ask any doubt, whatever, whatsoever you have, maybe with our discussion, or maybe there is something in your mind which I couldn't complete in next 45 minutes. Then you are very free to ask all your doubts. I will not stop the session, not complete the session till the time everybody doubts will not be cleared. So don't worry. Just have patience. Just first of all, I am showing one video. What was the purpose of showing this video? Not marketing. The purpose is not marketing. The purpose is looking at the face of the student. Then what is the age of the students, those who have done the IFRS? That was the main purpose, because most of the students ask this question that whether I will be able to clear IFRS or not with my working, with my business schedule, busy schedule and all that. So you can see that nobody is a kid. Average age of the student, those who are shown in the clip, that is just 10, 12 students. And there are more than 5,000 students I have taught in IFRS. Average age of a student is around 30. And a 30-year-old student is not sitting in home. He or she definitely working. A working professional need to work for himself, for his family, maybe married, maybe not married, and at the same time need to increase his or her skills. Because if you don't increase your skills, your demand and the way the competition is increasing in the market, you will not be able to sustain. You will not be able to get growth. Learning is not only IFRS, it's a never-ending process. Just for example, on this Sunday, I am doing an AI event. Doing matlab not I am doing. Somebody is doing and I am doing that course. It's a 3-hour course to learn so many things in AI which are there in the market. I'm thinking that I'm lagging behind. Maybe I'm using so many AI tools in my classes while teaching, while making notes, while making understand, but I think that that is not my domain, but still I need to learn. So learning is something which will never end, man. Not that once you complete IFRS, it's over. It is a never-ending process. And the way the environment is, I don't think so we need to, anytime we can think that now the learning is over. Okay. So it's a question of learning, not getting better opportunities only, but to be satisfied inside. From inside, if you want to satisfy, you need to never stop learning. That's my thinking process. So in short, you know already, I am Prakash Saraf, founder and CEO of Saraf Academy. I started my teaching journey when I was in the class 6th, 7th standard. So it's a long journey if you say more than 30 years. But structurally, if you say I started my tuition with a company, Saraf Academy and all that in 2007. But before that also I was teaching before 2007 in a batch, 200, 300 students in physical classes, the CFA and all that. So my teaching journey started way in around the 91, 92. The structured teaching, not in the name of company, but as a professional teaching from 95, 96 only. So you can see that it's a very good journey of 30 years. And I've taught since 1995, always in a batch, 100, 150, 200 students like that. When I was not married, around before 2004, So for 10 years, the teaching starts, the tuition starts in the morning at 7 a.m. And without any gap, without any break, the tuition runs till night, 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m., even many times in the night, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock also. That was you can say different culture. So if I was teaching in a batch, say around 150, 200 students, then in a day, at least 3 to 4 batches. So every day, 1,000 students taught, and then batch, after every 3 months, 6 months, different things I am teaching. So taught more than 2 lakh students. Even whenever I go anywhere, suppose I am going for a movie, I am going for shopping, I am going anywhere, man. I am going for any, maybe outside India or outside Kolkata, any money, recreation activity. I will find that when I'm roaming with my friends or families, I will find some few, 4, 5, 6 persons. Hello, sir, कैसे हैं आप? कैसा है? तो my family, friends and all that says that, कि sir, ये तो वैसे हो गया कि कहीं भी जाएंगे आपको तो लोग जानता है. मैं अपना बड़ाई नहीं कर रहा हूँ. It is not, I'm just giving a point of view that this is the teaching experience I have. I'm not teaching for money. Obviously, I will be charging fees from all of you. But the major purpose is enjoyment. When I'm in the class, I'm most happiest person. So when I'm teaching, I'm very happy. Taught more than 2 lakh students. The journey started as a requirement to run life. And then now we have reached to this level. So I've taught more than 2 lakh students in my life. I have data to whom I have taught. It's not saying. I can give numbers, email, and maybe the number of the student has changed. But all those to whom I have taught around 25, 30 years, still they are connected. So many of them are my friends. Go for recreation and many things with them only. Because they are no more a student now. They are the friends only. And I started teaching IFRS, I don't remember exactly, around 2010-11. Since then, the exams for IFRS was on pen and paper basis till 2015, every 6 months, that is June, December only. And I always taught live classes in 2010-11 in the classroom. And since 2014 till now, all online classes, not because of Corona. Since 2014, online classes, and every batch 100, 200, 250, 150 students always. Because in the IFRS normally, I merge some ACCA students also when their curriculum correlate with the IFRS. So every 6 months I take live classes. It's not recording. And the students can attend the live classes from the comfort of their home, wherever they are. They will be connecting like this online live. They can ask questions. Because of that, the success rate is very good. I'm not saying it is 100%, because many students don't give exam. They join, but they don't study. Why they join, I don't understand. And why they don't give exam, again, I don't understand. Because we need to be serious. Whatever we want to do, we should be doing professionally. We should not be just thinking, ho jayega, nahi hoega, aisa. It's not done. So you can say that taught in IFRS since 2010, in 15 years, approximately 5,000 plus students. And generally, the students are satisfied whether they gave exam or not, because my way of teaching is very simple. The student like my way of teaching. So I am very excited for today's session, and this session could be the turning point in your career, as it has been for many of my students in the past. Over the next 40 to 60 minutes, I will show you 3 things. Over the next 40 to 60 minutes, I will be showing you 3 things, which is most important. The first one, why IFRS is no longer a, what I should say, optional knowledge. It's a mandatory thing. Whichever domain you are working, accounts, finance, management accounting, taxation, regulation, corporate governance, anything, whatever domain you are working, it's a mandatory knowledge for accounts and finance professional. Why? I will give some examples, you will understand. So the first thing, I will show you the need for IFRS knowledge. Whether you take classes from me, you do self-study somewhere else, doesn't matter. You need to understand why this knowledge is essential in the today's world. The second thing, based on IFRS, diploma IFRS certification, what are the career opportunities and what are the salary expectation, what are the job opportunities in the market in India and worldwide. And the third thing, how our live diploma IFRS classes can help you to upskill and unlock those opportunities and expectation which is inherent in the course, that you can get that by the live classes of IFRS through us. You need to be there till the end. You can't leave in between, because I cannot say all the things in 2 minutes. So stay tuned and stay till the end, so that at the end also, whatever your doubts are there, you will be able to discuss and we will be able to clear your doubts. Now, the first thing, that is why I can say that IFRS is a must knowledge for anybody on this earth. Anybody in the sense, I'm talking about accounting, business, finance professionals. You are a senior finance manager in a company, you are an accounts controller, you are an audit manager, you are working in internal audit, or you are working in strategic decision making in the organization, taxation, any domain, or you have the aspiration to work in these domain, then you need to have sound knowledge of IFRS, not as a course. It's a must knowledge. The reason is the 10-12 clips which I saw in the video. One of the student, Mr. Subramaniam, he is a chartered accountant and he is working in Dubai. When he was earlier, when he did IFRS, because that was 2023 term video. This is 25 already running. That's a 2-year-old. So Mr. Subramaniam was working in a firm in India, and his company started preparing financial statements, consolidated group accounts, by incorporating foreign subsidiaries. Now, he is a chartered accountant. I don't remember exactly in which year he passed. Maybe around when he took the IFRS classes, around 5-7 years back, because by looking at his face, you can realize when he must have done the CA. So he has good knowledge of accounting. A chartered accountant has very good knowledge, but that is Indian GAAP. Indian generally accepted accounting principles. You can say accounting standards, which is still relevant in India for a small organization. For big organization, IFRS, which is India's, the version of IFRS is applicable. So he had sound knowledge of Ind GAAP, but he has never done the consolidated group accounts, even for a foreign subsidiary, and he was facing problem. So once he completed IFRS in around 3 to 4 months, because that's the duration when we can understand IFRS, he was promoted to group reporting head within a month of 4 to 6. And now he is in Dubai, because presently he is working in Dubai and earning very well. I'm not saying that his objective is achieved or not, but whatever problem he was facing, that problem he resolved. And he has, when we organized an event, then he attended that event and he said that thing in the event, which is there in my YouTube channel. You can see that video, what he was telling, what problem he faced and why he did IFRS, even after doing chartered accountancy. That's, you can say, a general question. Many students ask, sir, I am already a CA, I am already a CMA. Do I need knowledge of IFRS? You can understand, man. Because, as I said, even though you come to know IFRS, you are IFRS, then also knowledge is still required, man. Development must be there. But this is just a case that a person who is already a chartered accountant, facing problem in finalization, preparing group accounts, consolidating foreign subsidiaries, and then when he completed IFRS, diploma IFRS only, with us in 4 to 6 months, and he was placed at a better position in Dubai and working very well in Dubai, earning more earnings and at the same time more satisfaction in job. This is just an example. There are so many examples like this who have done IFRS with me or maybe with somebody else on their own and what growth they got in life. IFRS is applicable in 140 plus countries. It's an global accounting language, not only for India. If you are from Middle East, if you are from Europe, if you are from Canada, you will say, sir, they have their own accounting. In India also, we have Ind AS. But what is the difference between Ind AS and IFRS? Less than 1%. 99% is same. India is preparing their own IFRS equivalent as Ind AS. I will not say India is not following IFRS. So by that, in the whole world, 140 plus countries, it's a basic accounting language. In India, Ind AS is just equal to IFRS. And all the listed companies in India are required to follow IFRS while preparing their financial statements. They are bound. This is applicable from 1st April 2016. Already 10 years back approximately. And nowadays, if you do the Google search, ChatGPT search, whatever basic search, you will find government is making compulsory in India for all the NBFCs, insurance companies, all the regulatory type of companies need to follow IFRS. It is not compulsory today, but in coming 6 months, 1 year down the road, it will be. Because I attended an event organized by ACCA around 2 to 3 months back. From all the Calcutta University colleges, entire Calcutta University, different college, there were in event 500 persons from Kolkata attended. And in that event, the university person said that the government is already giving approval that all the NBFCs and all the regulatory organizations need to follow IFRS just like listed companies in India. So when this will happen, there will be further requirement of IFRS knowledgeable persons. And if you talk of 10 years later, I'm saying very big period because nowadays the changes happen very fast. It will be applicable even for Saraf Academy also. Maybe we are not that big, but it will become applicable. So IFRS ka applicability is going to increase day by day. And already the demand is more than supply. Because you can say, suppose somebody is my auditor and they got some assignments for IFRS. Then in that case, they are sending their person, their article, their staff to me. They are asking my help to finalize, to help them in the IFRS compliant, the financial statement preparation. Students, to so many students have taught those students regularly, even though they have been taught, say 3-4 years back, but they face any problem. Then they call me, कि भाई sir, हम लोग ऐसा face problem कर रहे हैं, and what should be the treatment for this? How it can be done? I still remember in 2010-11, there was a student, Mr. I forget his name, Sandeep or Pradeep something. And he joined in an organization. He was already CFA. He joined in an organization and he said that, sir, you taught in the class that there is a parent company and there are 2 subsidiaries. And for the subsidiary, there are many sub-subsidiaries. Like this type of case I am getting. I solved the question in the class, but I am not able to manage practically. Can you help me, sir? Even though he did IFRS, but still they are facing problems. And these types of things cannot be managed by a common man. Anybody who has sound understanding of IFRS can manage this, can handle this. Big 4, multinational companies, listed companies in India, and even non-listed companies who want to apply IFRS, because IFRS for small and medium-sized enterprises has a different language altogether. So for them also IFRS is essential. So always there will be demand for IFRS knowledgeable persons in the world. For that reason I say it's not a question of कि भैया ये कोर्स करके जॉब क्या मिलेगा. Now the situation is that after some time, if you don't have good sound understanding of IFRS, the problems in going in accounting, finance, auditing job will be very difficult. If somebody don't know IFRS, they will not be getting opportunities in those fields. So it's a must knowledge. It's not that, भैया जो भी होगा चलेगा. I can say that just a basic difference, just an example, because IFRS we are going to study 100 hours in the class. But just a basic example, because according to me, most of you has some basic understanding of accounting. So this is a basic difference about leasing. The old standard, old gap in India is accounting standard 17 for leasing. And the new development which is applicable from 1st April 2019 on all the organizations in India who are applying Ind AS IFRS. Ind AS means Indian version of IFRS. The new lease accounting is Ind AS 716, or we can say IFRS 16. Suppose this is my property assets and I have taken on lease this property for 10 years and the lease rent will be 10 lakh per annum for 10 years. So in the old gap, which is still applicable for Saraf Academy, you can see, because I am not listed, I will be recording 10 lakh expenditure every year for 10 years in my profit and loss account because I have taken these assets on lease. Similarly, I can say suppose Indigo Airlines or any company. In the airline company, why I am taking the example, their 95% plus aircraft are on lease. They are not the owner of the aircraft. Indigo Airlines is running daily basis around 400 plus aircraft. Out of 400, not more than 20 they are owner. The 380 are running on lease. And one aircraft will be used for certain number of years. They are paying lease rent every year. So if the aircraft is used by the organization and they are paying the lease rent, the old accounting says that the lease rent will be recorded as an expense. There will not be any assets or liability in the balance sheet. So there is an asset which we are using for 5. I will be using this property for 10 years on lease, but I will not be recording that in the balance sheet as an asset. But as per Ind AS 116, which is the conversions or the version of IFRS 16, the lease rent will not be coming as an expense in PL. The assets, leased asset, which is called right to use asset, ROU, right to use asset, RTU, as an asset in the balance sheet. And the corresponding lease liability will be in the balance sheet as per IFRS. You can say that when the asset is taken on lease, I am going to use the asset for my business. The asset ownership I don't have, but I am going to use. So the balance sheet should record the assets when the asset is going to be used in the business. Ownership, no ownership doesn't matter. You can say that you are borrowing money and then you are purchasing an asset. So the asset will be there in the balance sheet and the liability will be there in the balance sheet. So as per the new IFRS, as per the new means I am just using the word new. It is not yesterday. It is already there since April 2019. So as per the IFRS 16 and Ind AS 116, the assets, even though it's a leased asset, will be shown in the balance sheet as an asset and will be shown as a liability because the amount of lease rent is not yet paid. And relating to the asset, we will be recording the depreciation. Relating to the lease liability, we will be recording the interest in the PL account. But as per the old standard, we will be recording the lease rent as an expense. So in the old, lease rent is an expense, no asset liability. In the new one, the corresponding asset liability, and for the liability, there is an interest. For the asset, there is a depreciation. In accounts, we always measure a basic term, EBITDA. EBITDA is, you can say, operating cash profit, earning before interest, tax, depreciation, amortization. Earning before tax, interest, depreciation, amortization. So in the old standard, this 10 lakh rent, lease rent, will be deducted to calculate EBITDA. But in the new standard, interest, this is before interest, depreciation, before depreciation. So this 12 lakh, this is hypothetical figure. This 12 lakh will not be deducted in calculating EBITDA. So as per the old standard, the operating cash flow of the company 10 lakh lower. But as per the new standard, the operating cash flow of the company will be 10 lakh higher. It is 10 lakh lower earlier, it is 10 lakh higher. Somebody will say that, sir, this is wrong. We are paying, sir, you are paying rent for an asset which you will be using for 10 years. If I will say that this property belongs to me, then will I record as an expense? No, it is. Similarly, it is going to be used as a leased asset for 10 years. So why it will be recorded as an expense? I am using an asset for my business, but I am not recording in the balance sheet as per old standard. But as per the new standard, I am recording it as an asset because I am using it as an asset. It is not an expense, man. So when I will be recording the liability, then the balance sheet debt equity ratio will change. If I want to go for further borrowing, then since my already debt is there, lease liability, the others will not be giving me debt because my debt equity ratio, debt has gone up. The EBITDA margin has gone up because EBITDA was earlier lower, but it is now higher. You can say that cash flow. Maybe somebody don't have sound knowledge of cash flow, operating activity, investment and financing activity. As per the old IAS, this is interest payment is operating activity. But as per the new IAS, whatever you are paying, the principal payment will be not operating. The principal payment will be financing activity. So everywhere, whether you prepare PL account, the change in the expense recording, whether you prepare balance sheet, the change in the asset and liability recording, and whether you prepare the cash flow statement, there will be changes in the cash flow presentation. Somebody will say that, sir, kya farak padta hai? What's the issue if these changes are there? Hey man, please understand, man. There are few things. If the financials of the company are not prepared properly, or the window dressing are there, the assets and liabilities are not recorded properly. Maybe the principals are not there, but the principals are wrong. The principals are not updated. Then understanding the financials will create problem. If you want to suggest somebody that they should invest in the company, your suggestion will be wrong. If you want to work in a company as a financial advisor, as a financial analyst, you can say a mutual fund manager. If you don't able to analyze the financials, that where the loopholes are there, where the profit is increasing, what is the effect on the cash flow properly, how can you advise? How can you say that this money should be invested in this company? If the company is going for mergers, acquisitions, takeovers, and in the other company there are loopholes are there, how you can advise? We should take over that company, we should give money. If you are working in the auditing on internal control domain, if you don't able to identify the transactions, whether they are recorded properly, how can you become the auditor? If you are going to banks or financial institutions for raising funds and your financials are not properly prepared, or you are working in the banks or financial institution as a credit appraisal manager and the client's financials are not properly prepared, how can you say that you will be able to advise that the loan should be given or not? If you think that, sir, kya farak padta hai ki assets liability are presented like this, that and all, then you are not going into crux, man. So if you work as a financial analyst, if you work as an auditor, if you work as an accounts controller, if you work as an IFRS compliant person, if you work in taxation, financial decision, anything, man, how can you work without having sound knowledge of IFRS? You can't say yourself that I am an accountant, I am a finance person, I am a strategic decision person, I am an auditor, I am a finance controller. आप अपने आप को बोल ही नहीं सकते सर. तो क्वेश्चन ये बाद में आता है कि सर by doing IFRS whether I will be getting opportunities or not. ये क्वेश्चन आता ही नहीं है मेरे भाई. If you don't know IFRS, if you don't know the proper understanding of financials, you are becoming null and void. You can't be sustaining yourself in the organizations at the level where you are working. और अगर आपका aspirations है, if your aspirations are there to work in these fields, you have to know IFRS properly, man. You need to understand that this is something which you can't ignore. आप ignore नहीं कर सकते मेरे भाई. आप ये बाद में बात करिए कि IFRS करने से क्या होएगा, पहले ये बात करिए फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, विदाउट IFRS how you will be able to involve yourself in accounting, auditing, taxation, corporate governance, or any domain. How you can help the board members in taking strategic decisions, the valuations of a company, the effect on the numbers, the financial statement analysis, the analyzing the credibility, the transparency, the comparability of the financial statements, giving any type of advice or working in any domain is impossible. If you think that this is possible without knowledge of IFRS, you are in the wrong notion, man. You have to have sound knowledge of IFRS if you want to work in this fields. And everybody in the class who are there in the session, or maybe who are thinking, need to understand the importance of IFRS knowledge, sir. So when you will be studying the course, the purpose is not that to pass the exam, get the certificate. My purpose is not to teach you that. My purpose is simply one. एक ही purpose है, knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. Whichever domain we will be working, we should be helping the organization in taking the right decision. Because we cannot justify our responsibility in the organization if we don't understand IFRS, the accounting language. This is, you can say, the first part. The accounting knowledge of IFRS is not an optional. It's a mandatory for any accounting or financial job if we want to go forward. If we specifically discuss what are the career opportunities or salary expectation, then this is, you can see, when you do your research, because nowadays research can be done by anybody. Gone are the days then you need to search in Google and you will type this page, that page. Search here. इतना सारा AI टूल है, इतना सारा तरीका है, कोई आपको गुरबक नहीं बना सकता, nobody. So these are all research documents. Research करके सब पता लगाया गया. At the same time, I have taught so many students. I have seen growth in their life. That way I am saying. So if we talk of career opportunities and the salary expectation by diploma IFRS sound knowledge, I am not talking about the certificate only. Sound knowledge of diploma IFRS. Then the opportunities and all that. First of all, the job roles. IFRS specialist, financial reporting manager, statutory auditor, consolidation expert, group accounts preparation, accounts controller, or you can say finance manager, CFO, CEO, all these types of roles cannot be done, cannot be possible without knowing IFRS. So these are the roles, jobs, which we find in the social media and everywhere based on the certification and knowledge of IFRS. The industries which hire: banking, non-banking finance companies, manufacturing companies, even Adani, Reliance, ITC, all manufacturing companies. You can check the consulting firm, Accenture, IBM, the IT firm, Wipro, Infosys, TCS, Big Four, and the mid-sized firm, maybe Grant Thornton, then State Street, many firms, multinational corporations, India, UK, Dubai, US, anywhere in the world, the jobs are there, the opportunities are there, the corporates and the industries are demanding IFRS knowledgeable persons. As per the salary survey, if there are freshers, those who are doing IFRS, I will not say they will be getting 8 lakh. You can say that if you don't have any other knowledge, but sound knowledge of IFRS, not only certification, but practical knowledge, you can expect a package of around 4 to 8 lakh. But if you have worked in the industry, some years, 2, 3 years, 5 years, then the package can be 8 to 18 lakh. It's a very big difference because mode is very high. Not that everybody will be getting 18 lakh, but this is the average package that the people are getting in India by having sound knowledge of IFRS. I'm not just saying the certificate. You can handle on your own single-handedly the IFRS matter. In Middle East, the cost of living is high. The salary is even 50% higher. Mr. Subramaniam, once after knowing the IFRS, he is getting 100% double salary in Dubai. And definitely he is wanting more. In Europe, again, the cost of living is further higher. So definitely the remuneration is further higher. Like Mr. Subramanian, there is a student. In the video, she is not there. Kirti Saxena. She is working in Singapore. Presently, she was in India. Maybe she came back in India recently, no connection. But she initially joined in India in Bangalore. Then it's an advertising company. And then she was transferred to Singapore. Maybe she came back in India again. And she was doing only one thing, man. Her video is also there on my YouTube channel. So she was appointed as group accounts controller. कि भैया देंस्यू का बहुत सारा सब्सिडीज वगैरह है, आपको उनका कंसोलिडेशन ग्रुप अकाउंट्स बनाना है. By doing IFRS, she got this opportunity even in India and then later on in Singapore. Obviously, in Singapore, her salary goes up. And this qualification, you can see, helped her to go globally from India to abroad. These are just examples, one of the story. Since these are very prominent example, for that reason I am saying. I am not saying everybody get this thing. Suppose there is a cricket match, I am the better player than you. Maybe I am getting out at 0. That doesn't mean that I am a bad player. There is some also luck is required, but these are the lucky students who got good opportunities in life just by doing IFRS. So you can see that these are the opportunities and the salary expectation based on IFRS. Now, if I will say the main highlighted points, why we should be doing IFRS, not as a course, but why we should be knowing IFRS. As far as course is concerned, it's a one single exam, held 6 monthly basis, June and December. The next exam is in December. If somebody start preparing now, August, September, October, November, December, around 10th or 11th exam is there. One single exam. So how many months are left? 4 months. August, September, October, November. December 10th already exam is there. By giving 3 to 4 months of your life, you are getting a professional qualification, which is in huge demand. Students normally connect with us. Sir, मेरे को ऐसा कुछ करना है जिसमें टाइम ज्यादा नहीं लगे. I don't want to invest so much. पहला, और उसका वैल्यू सब कुछ तो चाहिए ना. एक ऐसा ही चीज है यार कि this is taking you 3 to 4 months of your time, but you need to study. You can't pass or you can't prepare without study. And the total cost maximum 45,000 depends upon pound value because the payment is in pound, including training classes, institute registration, exam fees. It is around 43,000-44,000, but I am taking maximum 45,000. Understand? Assuming pound may depreciate further. So it's one single paper, one exam, 3 to 4 months study, can be completed in 3 to 4 months, and your investment is around maximum 45,000. The IFRS related course offered by Indian CA Institute, Indian CMA, Indian Company Secretary, and so many other institute also. But the ACCA Diploma IFRS is most renowned in the world. This is offered from the beginning 1996. So it is 2016, 30-year-old course. IFRS में इससे पुराना कोर्स कोई नहीं. Every year in India, around 50,000 students are giving exam for IFRS. 50,000 in June and December combined. The institute is saying that we don't need to think whether a student will do IFRS or not, because it's a hot cake. Students from all over the world are even appearing for IFRS every 6 monthly basis, year after year. So you can say that the course in Diploma IFRS offered by ACCA is very credible. The institute has credibility, established their credibility all over the world. भैया किसी को भी IFRS करना है, ACCA वाला ही करेंगे. ACCA UK वाला Diploma IFRS. Whether you are a CA, CMA, CPA, MBA, any domain man, it is a professional qualification which help you to stand out globally. There will be live classes, no recording. Student will say, sir मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है. तो क्या आप 24 घंटे काम करते हैं क्या? आपको क्लास, अभी जब मैं ये सेशन ले रहा हूं, व्हाट इज द टाइम? 9:30. इस समय कोई जॉब नहीं है. यू विल से आई एम वर्किंग फॉर यूएस और यूके क्लाइंट्स. आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू टेक एवरीडे क्लास. Not every class is in the evening only. I will show you the schedule also. So it's a live class. Very interesting, very engaging. There are students who are asking so many things which is not part of the syllabus. Pure live class discussion, and there is a time to start the class. There is no time to end the class. If I will start the class in an evening, say 8 p.m., maybe I say 3 hours, but maybe sometime it is 11:30, 12 o'clock, 12:30. Because in my case, always there is a time to start, but there is no time to end. Always. So live classes and practical understanding, case study based understanding, student questions which are practical, which are not related with the exam, that thing you will be knowing. I always say that fail hone ke liye dam chahiye. If you give me 2 hours regular study, I am giving you guarantee that in December you will pass the exam and you will have sound knowledge. 2 hours daily study. You can't say that, sir, I will study only on Saturday, Sunday. 5 hours each, not allowed, man. 2 hours निकालना होएगा. Proven formula, 2 hours regular study. भैया जिंदगी में कुछ पाने के लिए we can give 2 hours per day. That's not a question, man. You can say that. This is the schedule of our classes for coming batch. On 6th of September, we will be starting the live class. That is Saturday. The schedule will be 2 days a week live class. Saturday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and Tuesday, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. No changes possible in this schedule. Somebody will say that can't you do Saturday, Sunday? If I will do Saturday, Sunday, you will not be able to prepare properly whatever I taught on Saturday. So continuously 2 days, there is no problem. I can manage. But then the student will not be able to prepare. When in the beginning I will start classes 1 or 2, you will feel okay. But when the 3-4 classes done and when the backlog will crop up, you will not be able to manage. So I don't want to disturb you so much. So it's 1 day weekend and 1 day weekday. And that too also in the evening time. I will not take extra classes. It is enough. If I will take these classes, generally the evening classes which is of Tuesday will not be up till 11, 11:30, 12, always. So you can say this will be a 4-hour, written 3 hours, but this will be 3 hours because I have another batch, another different course from 3 o'clock. So maybe this 2 o'clock, maybe 2:15, 2:20, but this will be many times, most of the times 4 hours. Doubts, this, that, discussion. This is the schedule we will be maintaining from 6th of September. Till you can say 2nd of December. The exam will be there in around 10th of December. As I said, we will have classes on Saturday, Tuesday, every Saturday, Tuesday. Somebody will say that, sir, we will join on 6th September. No, sir. You should be joining now. You will say, why, sir? Sir, you will take, sir, even though I am saying so many times again and again in the class, but what my experience is, for the last 10 years, 2014 till now, online classes are there. Always. It's not the first batch. It's a 20th batch going on. Every 6 months I am live. But I've seen that whatever time I'm keeping the class, maybe Saturday, Sunday, maybe morning 7 a.m., maybe evening 8 p.m., I always take 2 classes in the week. Most of the students don't attend the live. Even though they know they should attend, they will get better feeling, but they don't attend. So that will happen with you also. The chances are there. Why not to start now? Start with the June batch recordings. Prepare with the recordings for coming 1 month. Today is 7th and 6th and September. I will be starting live. So 1 month, why to waste your time? This 1 month is very precious. Start with the recording classes. Whatever your doubts, you can connect with me. You can ask. And on 6th of September, start live also. Whatever you can study very well. And from there is no additional charges for live. It's the same charge. That is from 6th of September live, and you join now. You do the recording classes of the previous batch, and from 6th of September, I will be live in the class so that you can prepare well, man. You will get extra time to prepare and you will be able to pass the exams and you will get more time to go into deep of your understanding, because the purpose of IFRS is not just what I should say. The purpose of IFRS is not just passing the exam. As I said in the beginning, the purpose is to get knowledge, skills, which we can use in our, what do you say, in our life, not coming 2-3 months, for the whole life, whatever age you have. For that life, you want to use the knowledge. For that reason, we should be joining now and getting the study done, start the study, and when the live classes will be there, attend the live classes also. The live classes schedule will not change. So at the end, when you will ask questions, sir, can you do this? Don't request. This is the schedule I need to maintain, because every day I am teaching to somebody. Morning, evening, morning, evening, morning, evening. I am enjoying. I am not feeling sad. Today there is no class, for that reason your session. Otherwise, yesterday, day of tomorrow, every day class is there, man, at 8 o'clock in the evening. So no changes possible. I have made this schedule already. You can say that our new live batches will be starting from 6th of September. And we generally teach around 100 students in the class. But this time we are increasing our capacity because of the huge demand. Because already for September term, 60 students already registered. They have not registered today. They registered maybe 1 month back, maybe 2 months back. They are already registered. And I know that when the batch will start, there will be 100, 150 students further. So this time the number of students will be more. Whether everybody will attend the live, I don't know. I am to live. I want the students should be attending live classes, get a better feeling. As I said already, I am teaching for 15 plus years and very good experience. I am not saying I am the top, but I have very good sound knowledge in accounting domain from the top to bottom. From the bottom, basic debit credit, to the top difficult thing, financial instruments, accounting, valuation, everything. And I have advised many of my friends, many of corporates relating to IFRS. The classes will be live. Backup recording, whether you attend live or not, you always get recordings after the class. And you can refer the recordings for your revision purpose, or you miss the class, you can do recording. You don't need to request. There will be always in the question, answers. I will be asking students, you need to reply, mock question, mock papers, and always case study based study. If somebody has problem that they don't have money, we have arrangement of no cost EMI facility that you can pay on monthly basis on 6 months, but your PAN card, your Aadhaar card, and your 3 months bank statement will be required to get the funding from the finance company. The interest will be there by us. You will need to pay whatever is the charges, the course fees divided by 6. You will pay in 6 months. So that is not a tension. So if there is a finance problem, that can be managed. But the financial arrangement can be done for Indian student. Or if you are from outside India, you need to give Aadhaar card and all that of Indian person, your family Indian person. Because then only the Indian finance company will fund. For outside India student, EMI facility is not there, man. And you can say that since we are starting the new batch, so those who will be joining in next 24 hours, it's not an attraction. It's just that you are giving your time. So if you will join in next 2 hours, 24 hours, that is by tomorrow evening, there will be, our fees is always fixed, written on the website. If 100 students join, we charge 28,999. What is 28,999? There is an institute registration fee of 89 pound. 89 pound is in Indian currency. Nowadays, 1 pound is 120 rupees approx. So is around 10,500 approx. In 28,999, it is included 100 hours live class, supported by recordings and study resources. All are included. What is not included? Exam fees, which you need to pay to the institute from your pocket. Around 140 pound, which will be coming approximately 15,500. So if you add up all 29 plus 15, which will be coming around 44,000. But if the student join in next to 24 hours, then in place of 28,999, this will be 26,999. Strictly next 24 hours. No after that request and all that. Okay. Already this 28,999 I said. Institute registration £89 means coming approximately 10,500. But we need to pay to the institute for your registration £30. Earlier we were paying just 15 days back £20. But now we are required to pay £30. £30 is coming approximately 4,000. So whatever money you were paying, 4,000 is gone into that. So institute has increased the fees just 10 days back. The registration fees for Saraf Academy students from £20 to £30. And as I said, £1 is approximately 120 rupees. So 1200 rupiya kharcha बढ़ गया. So I have already decided. Just in few days, we are going to make this fees from 28,999 to 30,999. And once it is increased, it is increased. Nobody can change because we have fixed fees for everybody. When I will do, maybe after 5 days, maybe after 10 days, I don't know, but I will be doing because the cost has already increased for registration of the student. So you can say that as compared to increased fees, there is an effective discount of 4,000. But if you join within next 24 hours. So this is the fees you will be paying to Saraf Academy for your registration with ACCA, for your training classes, live recorded study resources. And you need to pay exam fees separately for a December exam in October to the institute around £140. So the total cost, you can say if you join in next 24 hours, it is 26,999 and plus the exam fees, which will be coming less than 43,000 only. Then comes, you can use this QR code and all that to make the payment. You can transfer through bank. So many, all the options are there. Credit card, debit card. On my website, the QR code is there. Then comes, you can say the question in your mind. What is that question? I have written some general question here. But the other question you can have in your mind. Sir, I am a working professional full-time. Can I manage? If you cannot manage, you should not join. You should not waste your money. You should not waste your resource. I have already said, you need to study regularly 2 hours. Suppose you are working for 14 hours. उससे ज़्यादा तो नहीं होगा. बोलेगा sometimes it is not every day, sir. Average working hour 12 to 14 maximum. I am taking maximum. So you are left with 10 hours. Out of 10 hours, 2 hours every day you need to study. 8 hours family, sleep and all that. 2 hours daily padna hoega. If you are not ready to commit that, don't go for it. Then you go on saying, I am very busy, full time. In IFRS, you can't do the course if you are graduate and at least 2 years of work experience. If you are non-graduate and at least 3 years of experience. For undergraduate, 3-year experience. For graduate, 2 years experience. So without experience, तो course करने ही नहीं मिल रहा है यार. You can't do the course without experience. So everybody is working, man. And all those students who have studied with us are working professional only. It's not a course for kids. It's working professional course. तो आपको पहले से ही लगता है कि मैं full time, तो फिर आप दिमाग ही क्यों लगा रहे? Forget. Leave it aside. Do whatever you can do. You have to give time. Regular 2 hour study आप करेंगे, हम गारंटी देते हैं आपको पास कराएंगे. बोलेगा फिर भी फेल हो गए तो what if I fail? Sir, you can do the classes next time again for June, no charges. We support for 2 terms. By chance, if you don't give exam in December, or couldn't pass, you can attend the classes again, recordings, live, everything, till June 2026. And since it is a one single exam of 3 to 4 months preparation, if the student will not clear by June, they will never clear, sir. You will say, sir, उसके बाद कोई मतलब नहीं निकलता है, sir. उसके बाद आप करोगे ही नहीं. So what if I fail? The backup plan is already there. But fail होने दूंगा नहीं, sir. Fail होने के लिए दम चाहिए. I have already said. Somebody will say, sir, I am CA, CMA. Can I do? Should I do? मैंने बोला, sir, यहाँ तो आधे चार्टेड अकाउंटेंट ही होते हैं. Half of the batch size is chartered accountants only, CAC, qualified. They need to brush up their knowledge. IFRS 18 new came. बोलेगा सर वो बोले नहीं. Sir, IFRS 18 just a presentation of financial statement. In PL account, the format had changed. When I will teach the first class, I will teach first of all IFRS 18 only. So वो चीज आप कैसे पढ़ो? या तो आप कोर्स करिए, या you need to upgrade on your own. कुछ तो करना होगा ना. The Big Four always prefer, even though you are a CA, CMA, if you have IFRS certification, they will always prefer you to hire, because many has dream to be working in the Big Four. So they want that along with your CA, CMA qualification. If you have IFRS certification, it is very good. It's a one single exam of 3 hours, 4 questions, 25 hours each. All are essay type question. If the PL balance sheet to be prepared, they will give Excel. If the theory is there, they will give you Word file. Students say that, sir, कैसे करेंगे? तो आप अभी काम कैसे करते? Wherever you are working, are you working on pen paper or you are working on screen? Even though if you are working in an organization where 2 staff, then also you are working on screen, on a mobile phone, on a computer, on a laptop. It's just the hiccup. Since we have never given exam computer based, we are taking hiccup. Once you prepare in the classes based on computer study only, it is not a problem. So it's a one single exam, 100 marks, 4 questions, and all are essay type, no multiple choice. So part marking is there, and 50 we need to score to pass the exam. So we can, before whatever questions you have, you will ask. Before that, I will sum up that IFRS is the global accounting language, not India. 140 plus countries. The companies need IFRS professionals today more than earlier, and going forward more. Like US, on moon, they are making the nuclear station, so that whatever minerals and all that they will be getting from there, they get the energy. Because there the 1 day is equal to 14 days. The night will be there for 14 days. So they want the regular usage of energy. So US, China and Russia are doing that. India will not be lagging behind. So you need to understand that the need of the IFRS may be for the time being only listed company. But जैसे जैसे time बीतेगा, वैसे वैसे हर जगह IFRS का जरूरत और बढ़ती जाएगा और. And this you can learn in 3 to 6 months. From today, if you take the oath, responsibility, you can learn in 4 months. And you can transform your career like our thousands of alumni. I have written, I am saying, and I believe in this. Don't wait for the opportunity to come. Never the opportunity will come automatically. We need to create the opportunity by doing IFRS or by doing something where the opportunities are there. So you can say that you should be doing IFRS, maybe not from me, on self-study, somewhere else, whatever. Maybe not the diploma IFRS, whatever. You have to have sound understanding of IFRS essential. If you want to work in accounting, auditing, or any domain, you cannot work or you cannot sustain if you don't have sound understanding of IFRS. And I always teach live classes for June also, for December also. For June, 3 months live, March, April, May. For December, 3 months live, September, October, November. I am going with the same schedule. I know that how much hour I require and all that. If the student will have extra doubt, I will teach extra. There is no problem. But I have always seen that whatever doubts are there, I able to manage in 3 months everything with a practical case study examples and in live classes only. Because I always believe live classes are far better than only doing recordings. So now, whatever I was required to say or I was thinking to say, I have already said. Now, whatever doubts anybody has, please ask. Don't think shy, because we are here to clear our doubts. Joining the session, doing the classes, doing the course is secondary. Whatever your doubts are there, please communicate, unmute yourself and ask whatever you have. Yes, sir. No raising of hands. Start, sir.
ओके सर, गुड इवनिंग सर. ये पूछना था सर कि IFRS का ये कोर्स डिप करने के बाद अगर मेरा प्लान ACCA का है तो कोई एग्जाम्पशन है क्या सर ACCA में?
In ACCA, based on BCom, there are 5 paper exemptions. Okay? Then based on IFRS, there is a paper financial reporting exemption. Now, as I already know you, you have already given CA Inter exam, CA Inter pass. तो CA Inter के बेसिस पे ऑलरेडी 6 पेपर एग्जाम्शन है और प्लस 1 पेपर ऑफ IFRS होने से 7 पेपर. Then in CA final we gave exam and we scored in CA final group 1 accounts and SFM 40 plus any time. तो वो दोनों का भी एग्जाम्शन है. तो मेरे ख्याल से सिंस आई नो यू 8 पेपर एग्जाम्शन आपको वैसे भी मिल रहे हैं. अभी क्वेश्चन ये आता है कि मान लीजिए हम लोग IFRS नहीं करते, मैंने ACCA करना है. IFRS करने के बाद मेरा एडवाइस है आप सीधा ACCA करिए. जबरदस्ती का IFRS, अब कोई बोलेगा सर मेरे को CA करना चाहिए कि मेरे को CA इंस्टीट्यूट का एक IFRS कोर्स है वो करना चाहिए. सर कैसे कंपेयर कर रहे हैं सर? जो भी IFRS है वो पूरा ACCA करिकुलम में इंक्लूडेड है. तो आपका IFRS भी हो जाएगा और ACCA भी हो जाएगा. अगर आप मन में सोचते हैं मेरे को ACCA इतना सारे एग्जाम्स 4-5 एग्जाम नहीं देना है, then in that case you go for IFRS. But if somebody has a target to do ACCA, don't go for IFRS. Straight away go for ACCA. उसमें IFRS portion is fully covered और उसमें जो दूसरी चीजें वो भी कवर हो जाएंगी. तो अपनी जबरदस्ती का IFRS करके एग्जाम्शन लेकर फिर ACCA में जाने का मेरे को बुद्धि नहीं नजर आता. जस्ट वन रीजन कैन बी जस्टिफाइंग दिस. सर IFRS में कमिटमेंट, एग्जाम, कॉस्ट कम है और फिर ACCA में एक बार में कमिटमेंट ज्यादा देना पड़ रहा है, रिस्क लग रहा है सर. दैट मे बी वन रीजन. बट अदरवाइज अगर मन में है कि ACCA करना ही है, डोंट गो फॉर IFRS, स्ट्रेट अवे गो फॉर ACCA.
ओके सर, थैंक यू.
ठीक है, थैंक यू सर. देन अनिल, शरीफ, हर्षा, हर्षल, एनीबडी? क्या भाई, किसको क्या पूछना है? When you are giving your time, then please ask your doubts, whatever you have. Huzaifa, Muhammad Fahad, Muhammad Ansan, Muhammad Riza, Pawan Jaiswal, Pritish Chaudhary, Sandhya Rawat and others, those who are there below. Nothing to ask. Everything done. Nothing left. Yes, Pawan.
One thing.
Yes.
Yes sir. So जैसे आपने कहा कि आपके इस बैच में ऑलमोस्ट 50% और मोर देन दैट CA के स्टूडेंट रहेंगे और मे बी मीन्स चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट भी ज्वाइन करेंगे. सो व्हाट वुड बी द लेवल फॉर स्टडी? बिकॉज बीकॉम या ग्रेजुएट गाय कैसे उसको कोप अप करेगा जहाँ जिस लेवल से आप स्टार्ट करेंगे?
सर इसके लिए मेरा 2 जवाब होगा. Have you seen any of my single video on YouTube relating to IFRS? Any?
Not yet.
क्यों नहीं देखा सर? On my YouTube channel. I am not like other training providers जहां पर केवल IFRS क्या है, ACCA क्या है, यही बकबक कर रहे हैं सर. मेरा हार्डकोर टीचिंग का वीडियो, मान लीजिए मैंने एक क्लास में लीजिंग पढ़ाया, आई हैव टॉट लीजिंग, जो मैंने डिस्कस किया अभी थोड़ा सा 5-10 मिनट बीच में. दैट लीजिंग वीडियो इज देयर ऑन माय यूट्यूब चैनल. आप एक बार उस वीडियो को देखिए, आपको फील आएगा कि कहीं भी 1 सेकंड भी आर यू फीलिंग दैट यू आर नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड सिंस यू आर अ ग्रेजुएट. क्वेश्चन यहां पर ये है कि इफ देयर इज अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट एंड ऑल दैट, व्हाई दे आर डूइंग IFRS? सो दे आर रियलाइजिंग दैट उनके भी दिमाग में कम नॉलेज है, वो भूल गए हैं, ध्यान नहीं है, नई नई चीजें आ गई हैं, वो पढ़े नहीं है. तो मेरे को उनको भी बेस से ही बताना पड़ता है. आई नीड टू एज्यूम दैट स्टूडेंट डोंट नो एनीथिंग. तो मैं कभी भी ये एज्यूम करके नहीं चलूंगा कि सिंस यू आर बीकॉम और यू आर अ CA दैट मींस यू नो दिस. माय डिस्कशन विल ऑलवेज बी स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम ए. कभी भी वो ये गैप लेकर नहीं चालू होएगा. व्हेन आई विल बी स्टार्टिंग टीचिंग से PL अकाउंट, बैलेंस शीट. अब मेरे को लगता है कि मान लीजिए आप भी एक बेसिक, भैया सेल्स, कॉस्ट ऑफ गुड्स सोल्ड, ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट, एडमिन, सेलिंग, बैलेंस शीट में नॉन कर आता होगा. मैं मानता हूं नहीं आता. मैं वहां बैलेंस शीट का फर्स्ट आइटम से बताना चालू करूंगा. तो मैं ये एज्यूम नहीं करूंगा कि CA है तो उसको आता है. बोलेगा सर CA तो बोर होगा. सर होने नहीं देंगे ना. हम इस तरह से समझाएंगे कि जो CA जानता है उसको भी मजा आए और जो मान लीजिए आप प्योर ग्रेजुएट हो उनको भी मजा आए. और कोई किसी को प्रॉब्लम ना हो। इसका प्रूफ आपको मेरा वीडियो देखकर मिलेगा सर। एक सेकेंड, ये मेरा YouTube चैनल है सर, ठीक है। आप इस YouTube चैनल या यहां पर मान लीजिए आप YouTube में जाएंगे, YouTube में गए, YouTube के अंदर आप प्रकाश सराफ लिख लीजिए सर। मेरे तो बार बार रिसर्च करते रहते आ गया, आपका हो सकता है नहीं आए। प्रकाश सराफ में जाएंगे, इसमें YouTube चैनल पे आप गए, ठीक है। अब आप जब अंदर गए, you need to be conversant with the new things which are developing in the market, which is bound to be used by you or anybody who want to sustain you. Sorry भाई, so मैं क्या बोल रहा हूं, इस YouTube चैनल पे आप मान लीजिए प्लेलिस्ट में जाइए, प्लेलिस्ट, एंड इन द प्लेलिस्ट यू विल गो इन IFRS, FR और SBR, ये प्लेलिस्ट में आप जाइए।
ओके।
नहीं, मैं दिखा रहा हूं कितना वीडियो है, ये दिखा रहा हूं मैं सर कि कितना वीडियो मैंने डाला है। तो बोलेगा सर YouTube से ही हो जाएगा। सर YouTube में सारा सिलेबस थोड़ी ना है यार। मान लीजिए सिलेबस का 10-20% है, फिर उसमें खोजना भी है कौन सा वीडियो कहां पर है, जो नहीं मिला वो कहां से पढ़ेंगे। ये दूसरा चैनल पे YouTube से पढ़ाई सारा ही हो सकता है सर, लेकिन आपको 4-5 चैनल खोल खोल कर अलग अलग चैनल में जहां बढ़िया है सारा रेडी करना होगा, थोड़ा मेहनत करना होगा, पापड़ बेलना होगा सर। सो जैसे ये ACCA SBR है प्लेलिस्ट है, आप ACCA SBR प्लेलिस्ट में जाइए, कितना वीडियो आपको दिखेगा, यू विल फाइंड मोर देन 40 वीडियोस आर देयर। एक एक वीडियो 4-4 घंटे का है सर, 10 मिनट का नहीं है सर, ये बिट साइज। एक एक वीडियो 4 घंटे का वीडियो है, एक दो तो देखिए सर। अगर तबीयत हरी नहीं होएगी तो सर क्या बोलूं मैं, मजा आ जाएगा सर, गारंटी। So I never assume that you know something. I always start from this.
Yeah, and one more thing, मैंने ऑलरेडी रजिस्टर मतलब 2 साल पहले IFRS में रजिस्ट्रेशन किया था।
हाँ,
तो उस केस में मे बी आई कैन कनेक्ट विथ यू वन ऑन वन बेसिस।
नहीं इतना ही है, जो लोग
अदरवाइज
ऑलरेडी रजिस्ट्रेशन है उन लोग के लिए हम लोग को इंस्टीट्यूट को पेमेंट नहीं करना पड़ेगा फिर से रजिस्टर करने के लिए। तो
हाँ, सो इस केस में फीस क्या
कम हो
होगा?
जाएगा। यस, registration fees will deduct whatever we need to pay to the institute on any student behalf for registration, that we will not charge from you. वो हम लोग चार्ज नहीं करेंगे आपसे सर।
ओके।
खाली आपको ट्रेनिंग क्लासेस के लिए मटेरियल स्टडी रिसोर्सेज के लिए पे करना है, रजिस्ट्रेशन इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड अगेन। सो यू विल बी एबल टू सेव 2-3,000 रुपीज। जो रजिस्ट्रेशन का लगता है, अब तो ज्यादा हो जा रहा है, बढ़ जा रहा है, वो पैसा आपका बच जाएगा, हम चार्ज नहीं करेंगे।
Okay, thank you.
Others, anything else to ask? Yes, Mr. Anin. Anything to ask? किसी को कुछ बोलना है भाई?
Sir, clear.
Yes, sir, clear. So thank you to all of you for attending this session, and don't think that you have wasted your 1 hour. Think that you have utilized your 1 hour to know something. Whether you will join the course with me somewhere else or not joining anywhere, but take your decision fast. Don't delay, because later on after 6 months you will repentance. पहले कर लेना चाहिए था यार। तो जो है आज ही सोचिए ना, जीवन में अभी का समय। देखिए मेरे पास लास्ट में एक ही बात बोलने के लिए है कि सपोज आई एम जस्ट सेइंग वन स्टोरी ऑफ 2 minutes. If somebody will tell you, you will get in your account 86,000 rupees every day, और वो 86,000 आपको उसी दिन यूज करना है, दूसरे दिन यूज नहीं हो पाएगा। सो अनिल जी, if you will be getting in your account 86,000 rupees every day and you need to use that 86,000 on that day only, You can't use on the next day. आपको 86,000 हर दिन क्या करोगे? Mr. Anil Yadav, what you will be doing? Huh? Mr. Sarif, anybody? Sandhya, if you are going to get 86,000 in your account every day, but that need to be used in that day only, otherwise it is gone. Next day, next 86,000. सोचिएगा आप लोग, हम लोग के पास, हम लोग के अकाउंट में डेली 86,000 हमें मिलता है. हाउ? 86,000 seconds in a day. We are utilizing 86,000 seconds. But the today's 86,000 seconds cannot be used tomorrow. आज वो गया तो गया. यानी कि हर एक पल कीमती है और हर एक पल को प्रॉपरली यूज करना है और हर एक पल को प्रॉपरली सजोकर और बेस्ट यूटिलाइजेशन करना है, बिकॉज वो बाद में नहीं मिलेगा. तो जो डिसीजन लेना है समय पे. इफ यू वेस्ट योर टाइम यू विल रिपेंटेंस बिकॉज यू कैनॉट गेट बैक. हम लोग 86,000 रुपया को सोचते हैं, पैसा सोचते हैं. जो हमारे पास समय है वो भी वैसे ही है. हर दिन का 86,000 seconds you need to use fully. So take your decisions, whatever you want to do in life at that moment only. Don't delay. Delay का यहाँ कोई हिसाब नहीं. जो गया सो गया. अभी का पल वापस नहीं आएगा. हर चीज वापस आएगी, ये पल वापस नहीं आएगा. With that I am ending my session. Thank you for giving your time. And if you have any doubts, anything in future, you can connect with me, my team members always. Okay. Thank you, Pawanji. Thank you, everybody. Tada.
Thank you.